Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2020 Salem FSX 179DBK. This is a small, lightweight family model. Starting off here on the campsite, one of the things I do like about this setup is the fact you have a campsite dinette, and I personally like when manufacturers do this because when you're sitting down having your morning cup of coffee or your breakfast, this is the view you want right out to your campsite. Now, because this is a smaller RV, this dinette's really built for two, unless, you have some smaller kiddos or you're really close getting armed, touching arms. But as you can see, I definitely take up more than half of this side of the dinette. This does drop down into a sleeping space, but again, it's not really great for an adult, built more for a child, but there is that option. Also, if you have a pack and play, it's a great spot to be able to drop it down, put the pack and play right up on the dinette so it's not in the aisleway. Up top, you will see some additional storage here. I'll open that up just to kind of give you an idea of what you're working with. And right underneath, you will see these little hangers. That's for a Bluetooth speaker that comes with it, so that way you have some music. You'll see the dual USB port, and as I mentioned, that huge window right there, so you have the view out to your campsite. You'll have a thermostat here on the bunk. This only controls the heat, however. You will see it has a roof-mounted AC, but the controls for it are on the AC unit itself. You also have a USB port here, which you can use in the dinette, but also in the bunks. Now, it appears that these are double bunks, but they are somewhat short. You can see it cuts it off quite a bit here. And as far as space, so I'll sneak in here just to give you an idea. I'm 6 foot, and as you can see, it is almost impossible for me to sleep here. My head is in the window. It's pretty tight. So as an adult, you'd kind of have to curl up into a fetal position. It's possible, it's just not super comfortable, again, unless you're a little bit shorter than 6 foot. There is a LED light in here on both bunks, and as you can see underneath, there is great storage. I do like that, so that way you can put a laundry basket down there, plus your clean clothes in like a duffel bag or something like that. As we take a look at the bathroom, foot flush lever toilet. Take a seat here. If you have your feet on the floor, it's pretty tight on the legs, but you can kind of put them up here. It's almost like a built-in squatty potty, if you will, but that makes it manageable. Not something I'd want to spend a ton of time in, but hopefully you're not spending a ton of time in here anyway. Over to this side is the shower. So one of the pluses I will say is that at 6 foot tall, I can stand in the shower without having to bend over. In a small travel trailer like this, it's generally not the case. I'm maxing out the ceiling. But here, the vent doesn't add a ton, but the fact it is right above the shower is nice because it'll help it dry out quicker. You'll also notice right down in the corner is your sink, electrical outlet, a little bit of storage underneath, but mainly that is going to be plumbing access. So we make our way back out, move over into the kitchen. You have the Norcold fridge-freezer combo. This unit does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. And then you have the huge single bowl sink. I really like this, especially in a camper this size. They generally don't give you a sink this large, so I really like that. High-rise faucet here as well. 2-burner cooktop there. Electrical outlet and dual USB port. You'll see up top you have storage with the glass panel, which helps break up the wood look a little bit. Decent storage in there as well. Microwave. Underneath, you have one drawer, but that's really all you need. It is quite large. Plenty of room for your flatware. Direct vent furnace, and then you have a little bit of storage here underneath the sink on the top, and then access panels right down underneath. If we move over to the front, you will see that you have electrical outlet and USB ports on this side, electrical outlet on the other side. You have the single wardrobe there with a hanging rod, so if you need a place to hang your clothes, that's where it'll be. If you want to watch TV, folks, that'll be located on this wall. So you have a TV backer, connections for it are there. So you can sit right here on the sofa and watch it, or if you're lying down in bed, you'll be able to watch it there too. So obviously this is a Murphy bed. I'm going to show you how to make it up real quick. It's a little unique in the fact that it runs the width of the camper rather than coming out. So a little bit different, but it makes up essentially the same. You have a jackknife sofa. You fold that down just like so. Undo the locks. I already did the one side, so I'll just undo this side. And then the bed folds right down just like that. There you go. That's how you make it up. Just fold it right back up, put the couch back in place for the day, and you're ready to go. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Salem FSX 179DBK. Right up front is your 20-pound propane tank with an actual cover. Behind that, you will see rails for your battery, and coming up the front is diamond plating, helping to protect that front end from rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. Coming around to the side, you'll see solar prep. So if you want solar, simply buy the portable panels, plug it in right there, and it'll trickle charge your battery. And for the front storage, take a look at that, folks. That's pretty good, especially for having a Murphy bed. That is a true pass-through storage. You have a door on the other side. You can definitely fit some longer items in there. For the entrance, you have standard 2 foldable steps with the foldable grab handle. This is definitely nicer to have, especially on a camper this size. A lot of times you just have the plastic one that's attached to the wall. The foldable one does give you some extra control from the very first step as you're entering the RV. Right up top is the power awning. Touch a button, roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. And there's an LED light strip underneath. What you'll notice, you don't have any vents here. So this is great usable camp space. You can roll that awning out, set up all your chairs. You also have an electrical outlet out here. So if you need to plug anything in, you want to set up a TV. I know there's not a cable outlet, but if you have a DVD player or something, you want to put a movie on for the kids out here at night, kind of create, your own little outside theater or something, you can kind of do that. And at the very back, this I really enjoy, especially on a camper this size, and that is the fact you have an outside kitchen. This is pretty rare on a smaller camper like this. So my favorite part is the refrigerator right here. It gives you a spot for some of your beverages, condiments. You have additional electrical outlets and USB ports there in case you need to charge any cell phones, plug things in. You have a pull-out drawer, which is fairly sizable, so I certainly appreciate that. Little bit of storage space here underneath. You have the blue coiled hose, kind of like the garden hose, which actually hooks up to this spray port, so if you need outside water access, you have it. And if you actually do want to do some cooking, you have your propane quick connect right there, so that way you can hook up your grill to it so it's feeding off the 20-pound bottle up front rather than the small green ones. Just remember, if your grill has a regulator on there, you'll want to take it off because the gas will already be regulated up front at the tanks. And when we come to the back, you'll notice the square tubular bumper with end cap, so it gives you a convenient spot to store your sewer hose. Mounted to that is a spare tire, which is great because this is probably the easiest place to get to it. And if you look up top center, you will notice the backup camera prep. So if you have a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to have it installed, meaning it will save you money on labor. Right around the other side, you have your cable and satellite inlet there. Termination right down below with both black and gray tanks. 30-amp power cord is housed right inside. You can just pull that out, plug it in, and you're good to go with shore power. You will see your city water inlet if you have city water. Otherwise, you want to make sure you fill your fresh tank, and that is where you will do that at. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2020 Salem FSX 179DBK. If you're interested in this budget-friendly family camper and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.